Hi everyone, I'm Kate Vickery. I'm the CEO of Make-A-Wish Maine, and it's so great to be here today with you. Wonderful to see so many familiar faces who come out to support this event year after year. And on behalf of Make-A-Wish, just want to really say thank you for being here. Thank you for supporting our Wish kids and our Wish families in this way. This is one of our favorite events of the year. It is one of our largest fundraisers that raises money for us to use to grant those wishes throughout the year, and certainly the largest presence that we have in York County. So huge thank you to all the sponsors who make this event possible as well, to all the volunteers who are here today, and especially to the York Golf and Tennis Club for being our host and really sort of wrapping your arms around the mission of Make-A-Wish over the last 10 years as well. So every year we have the pleasure of sharing with you one of the wishes that was granted as a result of your support from last year. And so I have a plaque to present this year which features Gus's wish. Gus was a 5-year-old whose wish was to meet Santa. And what better place to meet Santa but Disney, the happiest place on earth. And so we sent Gus down to Disney to have an amazing experience with his family and to, of course, meet the man himself. This is the 10th year that this event has been happening to support Make-A-Wish, and I wanted to just take a moment and recognize these folks who 10 years ago said, okay, let's devote a significant amount of our own personal time to putting on an event. This doesn't happen without a lot of work behind the scenes, and I know in addition to these four, there are so many volunteers who help on the committee to make this event possible year after year. And we're so grateful at Make-A-Wish to be the beneficiary of this, and that the club especially has supported us in the way that you have. If anyone has heard this story before, but Make-A-Wish was founded over 40 years ago as a result of a young man named Chris Gracious who lived out in Arizona. He was 8 years old and diagnosed with leukemia, which back in those days was not a good diagnosis for a child. And Chris's one thing that he loved the most was police officers and law enforcement, and he wanted nothing more than to be a police officer. So as he was getting sicker, his mother and some of her friends decided to put together an experience for him that he would never forget. Now, mind you, this was before Make-A-Wish was even a known thing. So they put together a driving test for him. They gave him his own uniform. They gave him a helicopter ride, and they made him an honorary member of the Arizona State Troopers. It's a really special day for Chris. Unfortunately, very shortly thereafter, he lost his battle with leukemia. He was then given an honorary escort from Arizona to Michigan to his place of rest. And his mother and those folks who made this happen got together after that and sat around a kitchen table and said, there has to be more kids like Chris out there that we can do this for. And in addition to the kids that need us, this was such an amazing experience for us to be a part of, giving this experience to a child who really needed it. That is how Make-A-Wish started. And it has now grown to an international organization with 59 chapters across this country and over 30 affiliates internationally. I've been proud to be a chapter here in Maine for 30 of those years. And of 10 of those years, we've benefited from support from folks like you. This is our Chris Gracious Society Award. It marks the Society of Strength, which is a cumulative giving award. Over the 10 years that this tournament has been at play, they have raised well over $250,000, close to just under $500,000 for Make-A-Wish Maine. And so in honor of your hard work, your generosity, there's only a handful of folks in this state that have received this award, and we're thrilled to induct you into the Chris Gracious Society. 77 is the highest number of wishes we've granted since the pandemic, so we are fully back to travel and full speed ahead. I can share with you that we have set a goal this year to grant 80 wishes in the next 12 months, and that will be the most wishes granted by our chapter in the last 20 years. So your support here today is absolutely crucial to being able to make that happen and allow for us to provide unforgettable experiences to our kids when they need it most. Kids battling critical illnesses experience hope. They are lifted out of the fear and the uncertainty that they've experienced with their diagnosis. And it's not just the Wish kids, it's their entire family.
To back up a little bit, when my daughter was 12, in the summer of 2017, she was diagnosed with a brain tumor, pineoblastoma, very rare and very hard to treat. I'll start out by saying she is doing great. Shay's Make-A-Wish was to go to the San Diego Zoo. She loved pandas. So this is instead of having her here. It says San Diego Zoo. And it was an amazing trip. I mean, our family talks about it all the time. We'll never forget it. She got to go to this place called Nurtured by Nature, where she got to swim with otters. And they're an organization out in San Diego that works with Make-A-Wish. All of their proceeds from public events go to grant helping kids come to their facility. We met all sorts of animals there. We went to SeaWorld, and then we went to the San Diego Zoo. We were there 2 days, and her biggest wish is to get as close to a panda as she could, and she was from here to this, to the panda. She's been through a lot, but the wish was amazing. But I know that their Make-A-Wish trips have had such an impact on them. And then the kids who have made it, again, they'll be a memory for, the rest of their lives.
If you didn't see the back of Christine's shirt, it says inspire hope and transform lives. And that truly is what we have the ability to do at Make-A-Wish. And that is because of you and your generosity. So thank you for letting us turn your generosity into hope to transform the lives for our Wish kids. It truly does make a difference regardless of what their journey is and how it ends up. But nothing better than to hear about an alum who's doing well and who had the impact of a wish come true for her, thanks to all of you. So thank you again for being here. I'm gonna give this back to Bruce. As you guys know, we're gonna go into the Raise the Paddle portion, which is gonna go strictly towards helping us grant wishes and get to that 80 mark this year. So thank you, can't wait to see you again next year.